Hey, good morning. Looking forward to getting going on our mats. Happy Sunday. Yeah, thanks for being here. We are going to start on in child's pose today. So I'll get you just to find that position. So again, when we start there, I think it's important just to check in. Sometimes I kind of like to just keep it soft, see what the body feels like. Maybe the knees stay parallel, or you maybe want to kind of ease into that little bit of the knees wider. I love kind of a wide-legged child's pose, so I'll often cue it, but you don't have to take that. It's just because personally, I get lots of release from working the hips. So it's up to you. Feel it out, listen to your body, and find that beautiful just starting position. And we'll get going. I'm really looking forward to it. So nice deep breath, a little bit of time out together. Amazing. All right, meet you on the mat.
Was it as competitive on the day as it appeared?
Uh, Honestly, they were so competitive and they did it absolutely
Beautiful. As you start in that child's pose, just begin to find what feels good today. I encourage you to do that through the entire class. It's just, again, meeting yourself on the mat, doing what you can do, moving in those directions, the guidance, the kind of movement, the asana, and make it what you need it today. So from child's pose, again, just closing the eyes. I want you just to soften down. Again, anyway, you cannot get your child's pose position wrong. Sinking it into it in any way. Breathing in and slowly breathing out once you found that lovely sweet spot today. Sometimes I like to kind of move in it, just see what's going on. I like to play with the shapes. It might just be that I stay here. It feels good where you've originally chosen, or maybe just see if you can wiggle those knees a little wider. Just play. Sometimes I find a little wiggle as I sink my tailbone down. Feels quite nice just to check in. And as you start to just add those slow, deep breaths into your practice, again, mouth open or closed. I'm going to take a lot of breath, mouth open today, but you can absolutely take your mouth closed just where I've got asthma. I think I'm leaning into that beautiful change of season that I can just feel that little bit of tightness in the chest. So you can just take the breath as you need it, but my guidance here would be just work with that lovely slow exhalation as always. Inhaling, and whether mouth's open or closed, slowly exhale. As we stay here a little longer, this lovely child's pose, this little starting position, I think it's nice sometimes just to close the eyes. Feel the body, just noticing where it's connecting with the floor, where you might be getting a stretch. Sometimes I even feel a little bit of work in the kind of tops of the feet. Sometimes I can feel the breath, just breathing a little bit more into the back body. If I really thought about where the breath was going, what part of the body was expanding, I can feel those ribs. What is it for you? You know, what I describe might be a different description or different feeling for your body today. It's about really truly meeting yourself on the mat and taking the time with less judgment and no ego, and just time to reset, move, breathe, and flow. Breathing in and slowly breathing out. And if there was any intention that you fancied setting today, if there's anything that you just want to invite in as we start this very new month, happy 1st March 2026. Breathing in and out. Sometimes it just creates a beautiful start, doesn't it? Really nice place to just give ourselves the opportunity to let go and rest. Maybe reflect on anything we want to leave in February and anything we want to take with us. Element of joy, peace, softness. As we lean into a month that really does bring a little bit of light and a little bit more promise of the spring. Good. Now, right, you just begin to push the upper body up, coming up and all the way up to your tabletop position. Good. Just lifting up. Maybe tuck those back toes to keep them untucked up to you. I'm going to walk the hands towards the right hand side. So I'm going to face you, but we're just going to be moving to get that lovely side body stretch. Walking the hands over. Good. Right hand or left hand can come on top of the right if you want. And we sink down. Good. Draw both shoulders down and away. Relax your head if you need to on the arms and take those big, beautiful, deep breaths. Soften in the forehead, breathing in. And slowly breathing out. Relaxing in the face, the jaw, walk the hands forward. Maybe reach forward here. See how that feels, rotating the bicep out and down. If you can get that lovely openness in the upper body, maybe pushing the fingertips into the mat, you can take it there. Deep breaths with me in and out, and then walking those hands over, this time towards the left-hand side. We're really working to get into that side body. Maybe it's right hand on top, the left this time. Breathing in and out. Where do you feel it? What's the breath doing for your practice? Really nice to reflect on that magic. Like I said, the breath is just a little, magic element of yoga. Deepens the stretch. It helps us to tap into that calm nervous system. It really does make a difference coming back to that lovely center position. Again, we can sit down. You can lift the fingertips up. You can draw the chin down. Maybe work to rotate the biceps out. Breathing in and breathing out. Just letting the body sink in the direction of the floor. Please don't worry about getting the forehead down. It's just about moving in that direction. Good. And then bring those elbows in. Beautiful. What we're going to do is we're going to interlace the fingers, lift up a little bit in the tailbone and walk those elbows forward. Good. And from here, what we want to do is sink back. And as you sink back into your kind of child's pose position, just let the elbows draw a little closer to you. Draw the chin in and maybe tuck the hands in behind the head. You might get that lovely extra stretch as you draw the shoulders down and away, just opening up in that upper body. Seeing where you're feeling that, what's going on in the shoulders. Almost feel that stretch kind of under the arms. Deep breath in and out as you create that traction and work to draw those shoulders down for 3. Deep breath in and out 2. 1. Amazing. Arms coming out and slowly just coming back up. Beautiful. We're going to come into our tabletop position. Let's take a little bit of movement and flow here just to wake up into that lower body. Now, before I forget, I did have like a little admin thing to say as we move into our tabletop. Next week, I've been invited to speak at International Women's Day, kind of celebration, I suppose. And so it actually is going to take place during this class. I hope that's not too much of an issue. I'll individually message each of you about whether you'd be interested in logging in. I don't know whether you're busy on Sunday evenings. I was thinking of maybe running the class at 7:30 to 8:30, if that worked for you, or another day. But I thought I'd see what you thought, and hopefully we can find a time that we can all make it. But I'll definitely run the class, but it just might not be in that morning, if that's okay. Maybe we can find a little slot in the afternoon. Inhale, we're going to lift up into that right leg. Good. Breathing in and slowly drawing the knee in towards the chest. Inhale, lifting up. You can keep the knee bent, lifting up and slowly drawing the knee in towards the chest. Inhale, lift. Good, you've got the option to stay there or add that little pulse. 3. Good, keep it going. Lovely, feel that little fire. 2 and 1. Give it a little kick up, draw the knee in towards the nose, little arch the back and bring it down. Good, inhale, we're going to lift up the leg. Beautiful. Inhale. I'm only giggling because I'm slowly draw the knee in. My little cherubs have snuck into the room, lifting up. Matt's going to be home in a minute, so bear with me. I just have a few little people watching our class from the side, which is fine. Let's give it a little pause for 3. Good. 2 and one. Give it a little pulse and slowly bring the knee draw in and bring the knee down. Do you guys want to come say hi quickly? Nope. Okay. From here, we're going to take the knees nice and wide. Don't worry, Daddy's home. Apologize for that little bit of childcare wrap over for about a minute. Take the knees wide, wide-legged child's pose, and come down onto the elbows. Beautiful. Bringing the hands into fists. Maybe allow the forehead to relax here. And coming down, chest down. You've got it. Beautiful. Breathing in. Deep breath and breathing out. Fabulous. Breathing in and breathing out. Lovely. Just notice how the body's feeling. If you've got any tightness in the hips, does it feel great and open, or does it feel a little bit sore? Just settling into that breath. Settling into that work in the hips, and then slowly coming all the way back up, pushing the hands up. Hands come forward and bringing ourselves back, knees back in line. Great. From here, we're going to shift the weight over towards that right leg. We're going to lift into the, shift the weight to the left leg, lift up into the right leg, and we're going to open it up, and we're going to do a little high jump. We're going to draw it in, and we're going to squeeze it open. We're going to draw it in. We're going to squeeze it open. Good. And draw it in. And squeeze it open. And draw it in. And squeeze it open. Little hold here. Good. Sorry for those little interruptions. 3, 2, and 1. Slowly bringing it down. Inhale. And exhale. Let it go. Shifting the weight over towards that right side. We're going to lift up into the left leg. You got it. Holding it here. And squeezing it in. And inhale, open. And squeezing it in. And inhale, open. And squeezing it in. And inhale, open. Good. Squeezing it in. Last one. And inhale, open. A little hold here for 3, 2, and 1. Slowly bringing it down onto the mat. Beautiful. Inhale. We're going to just take a little moment. We're going to lift up into that left leg. We're going to take our little pulse. Left leg. Good. Give it that little pulse for 3, 2, and 1. Bringing it down. Right leg, bringing it up. Little pulse for 3. Nice. 1, 2, and 1. Bringing it down. And left leg. 3, 2, and 1. Bringing it down. And I think that I missed that left leg earlier, so that evens us out, doesn't it? And slowly sink down into your child's pose. Good. Just coming back to child's pose. Maybe this time just checking in. Bring the forehead down, knees wherever you like, and just take a few deep breaths. Breathing in and breathing out. For 3, 2, and 1. Fab. Inhale, we're going to lift back up, coming all the way back up into tabletop position. Let's tuck the tailbone under, find your cat pose. Let's work into the spine here. Breathing in and breathing out. Maybe check those little C shapes. So in your cat, it's almost as if you wiggle a little bit side to side, making little C shapes with your side body. Sometimes I find chin down. You get a really nice little extension of the stretch across the back body. Find those lovely slow deep breaths, releasing any tightness. This feels extra good to me in the morning. 3, 2, and 1. Coming back to that lovely center point. Let's find our cow pose. We know how good this one is for us. Chest drawing through, shoulders drawing down. Amazing. Softening the forehead. A little smile if you like. Breathing in. And slowly breathing out. Good. We're going to just shift. We're going to move and flow. We're going to sink down into child's pose. Good. Arms extend. We're going to peel the body up into cat. And we're going to draw that chest through, finding your cow. Feel like you can make it fluid, sinking down into your child pose. Arms extend. Peeling up into cat. Finding your cow. Inhale. And exhale, sinking back. I'm going to give you a little count here. Move between them. I challenge you to close the eyes and just see if you can get lost in that little bit of movement. What that movement's doing for you in your body today, where you're feeling it. And just see if you can find some lovely deep breaths. For 4. Nice one. Flow between those 3 poses. Deep breaths. 3. Good job, everyone. Inhale and exhale. 2. Amazing. And last one. Inhaling. Slowly finishing off that last cow pose. Meeting me in tabletop position. Good. From here, I just want us to take a little weight off the wrists. I'm going to turn so that the fingers are facing the long edge of the mat. And just wiggle left to right. Almost like you're lifting the tops of the fingers. Good. A little rock for 3. Amazing. 2. And 1. How's that feel on your wrist? Slowly coming back to center. We're going to walk the hands towards the knees, just so that we can take that weight off the wrist. Roll the wrists a little bit. See how they are this morning. Inhale and exhale. And they can be circles, or you can make them into kind of figure eights. You can also interlace the fingers and maybe roll those wrists in lovely little kind of figure eights. Let the forearms rub against each other, and you might just get that little bit further movement. It's so great. Again, just getting, I always picture this like kind of lovely bit of fluid moving around my joints, and in my head I just imagine it's like this like goodness, keeping it moving, keeping it oiled, keeping it ready. It's all these little movements, the simple things into the joints that make such a powerful difference. I really think that that's why yoga is something I just want to do forever and always. All right. Continuing with me, inhale, reaching up, and exhale, let's put those hands down. Good. From here, we're going to inhale, we're going to extend that right leg, bend the knee, and what we want to do is we're going to move into breathing in, our pigeon pose. We're going to bring that knee forward. Good. Bring the hands forward. Good. From here, we're going to wiggle that foot into the middle. So you're wiggling your right foot in towards the center of the body as much as feels possible. From here, then we want to think about that left hip. Can you still keep that left hip drawing down towards the mat? How's that feeling? If you want, you can tuck the back toes. And what we do is we use the back toes just to shimmy that knee back, back, back. And we come down on to the forearms. Now that might feel quite strong. When I first started this, I always used to stack my fists coming down. Maybe untuck the toes here. Maybe let the whole body fold forward. Just see what feels good to you here. Breathing in and out. If it feels quite strong today, just lean into that. This is a great position, often synonymous with releasing kind of emotion as we work into those hips. If you want a little bit more depth, inhale. And as we exhale, work to squeeze, almost like imagine with that out breath, you're squeezing in the glutes, tucking under in the pelvis. You might just feel like you get a little bit more depth. Amazing. If you feel that irritability, just breathe through it. Imagine you're letting go of stress, letting go of worry and tension. 3, 2, and 1. Beautiful. Let's push our body up. We're going to roll the body over towards the right hand side. Good. What I want you to do is take that left leg. You're going to just draw the left leg up. So I'm going to face you so that you can see me. You just want to draw it up a little bit so that you have the right foot sitting on the top of that left leg. Lovely. I'm going to go back just so you can see that bit of positioning. And from here, we're just going to draw the body across. So I want you to reach so that the hands are in front of that right leg. See how that feels in that twist. You can stay lifted here, breathing in. Breathe into the belly and breathe out. Fab. Or you can walk the hands a little further. Maybe we come down onto the forearms. You might feel, take a breath. See how it's going for you. Good. And it might be that you just lean a little more forward into that pose. Maybe you take that breath now. You might feel it differently wherever you felt that little bit of a limit. Always listening to your body, that beautiful breath to the belly. We're working our digestive system. I love a little twist. Well done. 3, 2 and 1, and slowly, if you've taken the body over, lifting back up. Beautiful. We're going to turn just to face the mat so that the chest is more in line with the front of the mat, and we're just going to begin to lift the body back up and bring the knees back into our lovely tabletop position. Nice work, everybody. Again, getting a little bit into those hips today. Inhale. Let's extend that back leg, bending into that. You're looking at the left leg this time. We're going to draw it as forward as possible and bring the knee down. Walk the hands forward, just so you feel that balance. Good. You can see a little bit better from this angle. We wiggle that left foot in towards the midline. And then here, I'm trying to think about that right hip coming down. Maybe untucking that back toes, wiggling and shimmying that back knee back, and seeing what it feels like on this side. I'm going to then bring my elbows in front. Untuck the back toes if that feels good. Keep them tucked, whatever feels right to you today. Just sink in into this pose. Seeing where there's tightness, sometimes we feel it in the knees, sometimes it's the hips, sometimes it's everywhere. Maybe sinking down, surrendering to the pose, chest down. Just breathe through. See where you need that pose. Inhaling and exhaling, soften in the forehead. Begin to relax any tightness you're holding, clenching in the teeth. Beautiful. 4, 5, 3. Deep breath in and out. 2 and 1. Good. How's that feeling? Can we lift the body up? Shift the weight over this time towards the left-hand side. Good. You can probably see a little bit easier from this angle. We're just going to slowly guide that right leg back up, and it's the left foot that's just going to sit on top of that right leg. Awesome. See if we can twist the body. We're taking a twist here. You can draw that right hip forward and just see what's going on for you. Where do you feel it? Sometimes you get a great lower back stretch. You can feel those little niggles. Maybe staying upright is great. This is one that I take sometimes, or just sitting upright, sometimes playing with my kids on the floor. I think, oh, I need a little twist here. It feels quite good. Next option is to walk the hands a little more over towards the left-hand side, maybe coming down into those forearms. Just take a breath as you slowly make your way, maybe reaching the hands across. Breathing in and out, see what that's doing for you. What's it feel like on this side? For 4, 3, 2, and 1. Amazing. Slowly walking those hands back up. Bring the body much more upright. And when you're ready, just bring the body back. Take your time coming back to that lovely tabletop position. Good. Inhale, we're going to take the toes together, knees wide, and find a really lovely deep child's pose. Knees wide, stacking the fists and the thumbs if it feels really tight, coming down. Just breathe. Let the pose come to you. Adjust it so that it feels right. Lean into that tightness. If it feels too much, you're really kind of feeling this is quite strong, bring the knees slightly more in towards each other. If you're thinking, I just want a little bit more depth here, Megan, maybe see if you can squeeze a little bit in the glutes. It'll support you in taking the knees a tiny bit wider. And just breathe in and breathe out here. Nice job for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Awesome. And inhale, lifting the body up, walking the hands slightly forward, bring the knees in. Come to a nice upright position, sitting up on your mat. Good. Got a drink with me, join me today. Water, tea, coffee, whatever it is that suits you this lovely Sunday morning. Cheers to a new month, my lovely friends. Awesome. All right, from here, we're just going to take the left leg out and the right foot is going to come onto that inner thigh. Beautiful. We're just going to wiggle a little bit left to right to see if you can get those sit bones nice and even. And see if you can feel that length that you get when you kind of sit tall. And what I mean by length, instead of arching the back, you imagine me lifting from the crown of the head, I'm lifting up, 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 breathing in, and we draw the shoulders down. Good. Now see what's going on in that inner thigh. It's going to feel different for each of us on that left leg. If it feels a lot, leg comes in more. And if you feel like you want a little bit more, see if you can take the leg out a little bit further. But again, make sure that you're not sitting wonky. That's where we want to wiggle so those sit bones are balanced and even. Good. Breathing in. And slowly breathing out. Good. We're going to bring the fingers forward. Just bring the fingers down onto the mat, keeping the chest lifted to start. I'm going to walk the hands forward a little bit. It could be a tiny bit. You might be really feeling it today. See what's going on in that inner thigh. We're just going to slowly ripple the body. So what I want you to do is feel like if you bend a little bit into those elbows, the chest comes forward. And then we're going to feel like you're arching the back a little bit in cat. And then we lift back up. Good. We lean forward with the chest. Draw the chin in. And lift back up. Good. Maybe that felt good. If that feels perfect, stay there. If not, you can walk the fingertips a bit more forward. Maybe we lean forward a little bit more. Draw the chin in. And lift. Just take a few ripples with me, a few deep breaths, easing in to a little bit of a forward fold here. Leg extended, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Beautiful. From here, I want you to lean forward and find your little edge. Just relax, draw the chin in. If you feel like you can get the elbows down, maybe it's a good time to stack those fists. Go for it. If you do have that openness in the body, reaching forward, you absolutely can take that. And draw the forehead down towards the mat. Up to you. Nice little stretch. Getting into the inner thigh. Working in that lovely little area. Hips, hamstring, whole body stretch really today. A little bit focus into getting into this little area here, hips to knees. We want to kind of release that tightness, kind of see that from our pigeon pose. Beautiful. From here, we're just going to draw that right hand on the outside of the knee. So we're going to do our big circles. I love this one. It's been a while since we've lifted up into our wild thing from the knee, that variation. So we're going to do that and get a beautiful back stretch as well. So join me with just our circles to start. We're going to take that right hand, or left hand, sorry, we're going to reach towards the right side. So left hand, right side, reaching up. Breathing in, make like a rainbow, like a half rainbow getting up to the top. Good, and then you draw that thumb back, maybe bend into the elbow, getting a little twist so the chest is reaching towards the ceiling. And then we reach towards those toes, even if it's just a little bit. See if the body can arch that direction and slowly come back up to center. Good, again, reaching as far as you can, up, up, up. Coming up into that lovely rainbow position. Halfway through the rainbow, draw that elbow back, maybe bending down, chest opens. Good, 3, 2, and 1. Slowly then reaching in the direction of the toes, drawing the body over as far as you can and coming back into that center point. Breathe in and exhale, breathing out. Beautiful. From here, you've got your option. So you can stay seated and really hold that open elbow, or we can lift up. If you're on a harder floor, make sure that that right knee is on a padded area, whether it's a mat or a blanket. Make sure that it's not on a hard surface. Good. So from here, we're going to take that right hand on the outside of that right knee. We're going to reach across, and you've got the option to lift up. Here we come up onto the knee. Good. You need to make any sort of amendment so that you feel nice and balanced. Feel free. As you're up, you can be a little bit. Maybe you really work to tuck under in the pelvis. See where you're opening anything else up here. You've got the option to take that left hand up. Maybe drop the head back and draw the hand in that direction as well. Good. Heart open, chest open. You really feel that in and across the lower back. Beautiful space. Maybe bring the arm alongside the ear. Breathing in and out for 3, 2, and 1. Gorgeous. We're going to bring that left hand down. Just begin to walk the body through to the center. And I want you to swing that right foot back. Good. Inhale. We're just going to slowly rock forward and back, leaning forward, and then exhale. See how that feels to sink back. That right toes, you can absolutely tuck, sinking down. Chest making its way to the floor. You can untuck the toes or have them tucked, up to you, drawing the chest forward and sinking back. How's that feel today? Again, getting into those little niggly bits. 3, 2, nice one. No more. Sinking down, finding a little position where you can hold, where you find that edge of the stretch for 3, 2, and 1. Beautiful. Let's begin to lift the body up and slowly bring both knees back together. Inhale. We're going to swing the feet to the side and come back to a lovely upright position. This time we're going to move to extend the right leg and the left toes coming in to meet them. Unfold my mat. Beautiful. Good. And again, see what's going on with this side. How does it feel? Does it feel tight? What's going on this side? Again, if it's tight, my guidance is to bring it slightly more in or take it a little further out if you feel like you can get a little bit more. Don't forget that little wiggle so that the sit bones are nice and balanced. That way we're not doing the pose on a wonky angle. And just see if you can sit there nice and tall, crown of the head, feeling like I'm drawing up, up, up. The shoulders are drawing down. Amazing. And then we're going to bring those fingertips forward and just ease into this stretch. See how it feels. So we're just going to lean forward a little bit with the chest, draw the chin in, and up. That's a perfect little ripple. If it's feeling really tight in that inner thigh, keep them really small. Chest, chin, and up. Maybe walk the hands more forward, leaning forward, in and up. And just play with it. And up. Good. Walk the fingertips, draw the chest down. In and up. And down. In and up. Good. And then just find, as you lean forward, you're going to find where it feels like your edge. Find a comfortable position for the hands. Maybe the elbows come down if it's a bit more open. You can stack the fists. You can stay a bit more upright. If it feels as open on this side and you feel like you want to just reach forward, maybe move to get that forehead down or the chest draws forward. See what's going on this side. It might feel a little tighter. Feel just as good. Just breathe. Inhale and exhale. Imagine with that tightness and that lovely little inner thigh, really trying to imagine just stress leaving the body, targeting those small little areas to help us release anything physical and emotional. Inhale, coming all the way back up. And exhale. Beautiful. I love this next. And we're going to take the left hand out. You know where we're headed. We're going to reach right hand in the left towards the left side. We take that lovely half a rainbow. Good. Drawing that elbow down, lifting up so that the chest is facing forward. Try not to sink into that back arm though. We're lifting up. And then we reach over. See, you can reach in the direction of that. Really arch the body. You might get a nice little side stretch and coming across with the hand. Let's do it again. Really reach as far as you can. And inhale, lift it up. Drawing the elbow down, chest opens. 3, 2, and 1. Softening in the forehead, reaching over. How does that feel? 3, 2, and 1, coming back to that lovely center point. Good. You can take 2 more of those, or you've got the option to lift up. When you're ready, inhale. I'm going to slowly lift up if you fancy, reaching up and over. Good. That top hand comes up to start as we find our position. We're going to tuck under in the pelvis. Good. Feel the pelvis drawing forward. Make sure that back hand feels supportive. You can come to a fist if you need. Might feel good. Top hand lifts. If that feels good, stay there. If you want a little more depth, tuck under in the pelvis and see if you can drop the head back. Maybe bringing the hand up alongside the ear. And then maybe just arching here, breathing in and breathing out, seeing where you're feeling it. Try to soften in that forehead. Breathing in And breathing out. Nice one, everyone, for 3, 2, relaxing in the face, and 1. Awesome. We're going to bring that right hand down, walking across. I want you to swing the left toes back. Good. And now you have that lovely position with right leg extended, knee in, almost like an extended tabletop. From here, what we want to do is the back toes tuck or untuck, up to you. We sink back a little bit. And then we draw the body forward. You get a little on the wrist stretch. Sinking back, seeing where you're going, what it feels like. Forward and back for 3. Nice one. 2. Inhale and exhale. And last one, inhale. As we exhale, see if you can sink back and find a little spot where you find your edge. Again, back toes could be tucked, untucked. You might be able to draw the chest forward. It might feel too much. Just listen to your body. Just breathe for 3. Maybe you've got the fist stacked. 2 and 1. Lovely. Let's slowly lift back up. Swing in, finding that lovely tabletop position with the knees. Good. And then keep the knees hip distance. We're going to come back to where we began. Just a soft child's pose. Sinking down. Seeing how that feels today. After that bit of movement and coming down. If you've got the forehead either on, stacked hands, fists, the floor, I invite you just to rock that forehead a little bit left to right. For 4. Nice. Get that release. Any of that tightness, any headache, any worry, overthinking, just let it go. 2. And 1. Back to center. Inhale, slowly lifting up. You got it, lifting up from the tailbone. And we're just going to come back. If you're facing forward on the mat, let's come to the mat so the long edges in front of us. We're going to tuck those back toes. And we're looking for a downward dog. And we've worked on kind of the inner thighs, but we've not done a load in those hamstrings today. So just be prepared, lifting up. It might feel a little tight, might feel good. Bending in those knees, working one heel then the other. Be walking those heels, swinging those hips. See what's going on. Good. Take that first downward dog. I think it's just for you, isn't it? How do I feel? What do I want to do? Where am I tight? Moving the head, the neck, the heels, whatever feels right. So many options. You guys know now. It's up to you. I really like this opportunity to stay and really push into the toes as well for me. Thinking about all the different shoes I've been wearing, switching between wellies, trainers, work shoes. I think there's a magic in coming to a mat barefoot. It's just one of my favorite parts of yoga, actually. Inhale, slowly coming to stillness, bend the knees. You can step or hop forward, yogi's choice. Good. And see if you can hang out here, belly on top of the legs. Breathe in and breathe out. Notice how that feels today in your lovely inversion. You can just keep the hands soft and the arms out. Just swing a little left to right. If you prefer to grab the opposite elbows, you can. Otherwise, keep them just a little bit soft. Swing in, lifting up as high as you want or staying as low. Checking in on that lower back. Breathing in. And slowly breathing out. Back to lovely center point. Hanging out. Inhale. Find your halfway lift. So maybe the hands come up the legs, elbows in towards the body, chest draws forward. If you like fingertips on the mat already, that feels okay. Go for that. Inhale, coming up nice and tall. Find your Tadasana. Let's bring the thumbs in, tuck under, draw in from the center of the body, and draw the shoulders down. Good. I have a real tendency to close the eyes when I take Tadasana. I think it's a little like sacred pose. It's this beautiful moment just to really recognize the movement in the body as it just naturally rocks, balances, and supports us. I love the strength that comes with it as I really focus on the strengthening and squeezing and tensing the lower part of the legs. Breathing in and out. Shoulders down, and maybe feel comfortable to bring hands down alongside the body and turn so that the palms flip out, shoulders down. Again, just taking a moment here, draw that chin in a little bit, keeping all of those little cues still happening. That beautiful alignment and feeling strong, feeling tall, ready to tackle all that comes as we move into this next month. Channeling your bravery, your courage, that beauty that we see as we get to the tops of those really tough mountains. A little reminder to trust that you can do all the great things. You can also tackle all the tough things too. You've got it. Good. From here, bring the palms together and just see if you can give them a rub. See if there's warmth. Is it cool in the house today a little bit? Still not quite there, is it, with that weather? And then slowly, if your eyes are soft or closed, sometimes it's nice no matter what, just bring the hands over the eyes. You really notice the shift in that sense of sight. You can notice that darkness, just flutter those eyelids open. And it's just a nice opportunity to slowly bring yourself back into that space. Amazing. Breathing in, breathing out. Join me in a little drink, my friends. Cheers. Awesome. Oh, nice cup of tea with you guys. I needed that today. Beautiful. So we're going to play with a little bit of our balances today. So if you do know that balance is a bit wobbly at the minute, no stress. Grab a chair, stand so that you can always have a hand on the wall if you need to catch yourself. Or if you're doing it freely, why don't you just play with where your foot is? Sometimes I used to find when I first moved to doing the online class, doing it on a carpet felt really different than me doing it on like a harder floor. So play with what feels good to you, where in the room, in your space feels best for that balance. And if you are a little bit wobbly, just come out of it and come back out if you didn't have anything to hang on to. In true nature of opening up in those hips, we're going to work with our beautiful tree pose. So we're going to start there, bringing the feet hip distance, inhaling, and then slowly exhaling out. And as you do so, drop the shoulders, and let's find that lovely drawing into the navel, tucking under in the pelvis. It really helps us with that lovely long spine. And we really have to focus, if you're thinking about that wobble, it's our core that really helps us with that strength and that lovely balance. Shoulders down, little bend in the knees. Standing leg's going to be your right leg, left leg comes over. So you've got the left heel coming to that left ankle. We don't want to be dipping into that right side though. So I always like to give the cue that we're going to draw that hip in. We're going to tuck under. Good. We're going to roll the shoulders up and back so that you've got that lovely length. Again, thinking about me drawing from the crown of the head. Squeeze in the glutes. And as you squeeze, you should start to feel some work in those hips. Feeling strong in your core. And also thinking, do I want to lift that leg? Sometimes we squeeze so much it feels good to lift that leg, maybe bringing the foot between the knee and the floor. If the balance is best there today, think about drawing in from your core. If you're wobbling, take some slow and steady breaths. And your drishti or your gaze, drishti in yoga is where we look, where are we gazing? And it's something that's not moving is what you want. So if you're looking at me and I'm a little wobbly, you're more likely to fall. So just a little spot slightly in front of you, just following your eye line, tucking under in those glutes, a really great place to be. We're going to hold it a little bit longer today, so don't worry if you need to come out of it at any point, come back to us. If that feels good, stay there. The rule is to never bring the foot on the knee. Don't push that, create too much pressure here. It's going to be above or below the knee. Now, if you've got that foot in between the knee and the hip, a little reminder, again, we could become complacent. It pushes that alignment out. You want to feel like you get back. So we don't want the hip dipping. You want to watch this shift. We push the inner thigh. I'm squeezing in my glutes. I'm opening up my knee and I'm pushing my inner thigh into that foot that's there. Everything's lifting. I'm not sinking into that hip. There's no bowing. I'm staying strong, and I'm really working to open up that hip. As we squeeze under, you should feel tomorrow that squeezing, that opening in the hips, that's that work that we get from our beautiful tree pose. To really work on the alignment and take it slow. Breathing in and breathing out. Drawing it in from the navel. You've got it, softening in the face. Good. Option to stay here. You can come out of it if you want, or maybe reaching those arms up alongside the ears. Draw the shoulders down. See how that feels. Again, thinking about drawing in from your core. If there's any wobbles, maybe palms coming in. The longer we hold it, actually, the more we get a little strengthening in the standing leg and the arch of the foot. I'm going to bring those thumbs in towards the sternum. Maybe take your 3 fingers out, opening up the hands kind of like a flower. That lovely little lotus mudra. Squeezing the glutes, opening that knee wide for 3, 2, and 1. Beautiful. Hands on hips, knee in and down. Give it a shake out. Notice holding a little bit of our tree pose. Again, you could have held on to anything there that you needed, but that tree pose makes such a difference. Sometimes when we really squeeze, I can really feel that work in my hips, in the glutes, kind of where we've been working today. Fab. Well done, everybody. Other side. Again, if you need to switch, make sure you can hold on if you need to. Finding something that feels good for you. Remembering we're going to hold it a little longer today just to get those little extra benefits. And bringing the hands onto the hips, breathing in. Little smile, breathing out. Good. We're going to take that little bend to the knees just so that we can get into our position. We shift the weight. That left leg's our standing leg, wiggling over with the right leg. The right heel can stay here the whole time. It feels better not to balance. Tuck under. You're really working to tuck under, and your idea here is we're trying to track this right knee open. Take that lovely roll the shoulders, draw the shoulders back, draw in from your core. We're still working hard here. Never lock the knee of that standing leg, really important, but keep that little micro bend in there as you squeeze and rotate. If it feels comfortable, see what's going on that side. Maybe this side's a bit better for balance than the other. Please go easy on yourself. Never, ever give yourself a hard time with balance. Honest to goodness, when I first started yoga, I had to hold on every time. I held on for over a year onto a wall, squeeze those glutes, open the knee. It took a really long time to just be able to freestand in the room. And I know many of you can do that quite naturally. So go easy on yourself. It comes with time. And actually, we've not done loads and loads of balances in our practice lately. Worked a lot on our side planks, haven't we? If you are somebody who wants to bring that foot up a little higher, remember we don't want to dip. So I'm showing you we don't want to do this. I want you to take that lovely, we lift up. So draw the crown of the head up, up, up. The knee lifts, we squeeze and tuck under. My knee is tracking out, out, out. Now my standing leg, I do not, why am I wobble? I don't want my standing leg there to lock. So just be careful of that. Tucking under. We don't want to kind of put too much pressure on the knee. Squeeze. Good. So we never lock the joints. Always a little micro bend there, opening. Goodness me, I'm feeling it from this side as I tuck under, under, under. Good. Breathing in and breathing out. Good. Holding, tucking under. Thinking about your core if you're wobbling. Thinking about your drishti. Relax in your forehead. Breathe. Arms up, maybe thumbs drawing in towards the sternum. Maybe finding that beautiful lotus mudra. I just love the image of a lotus. I've always been quite fascinated with it, and I took the most beautiful pictures of them in Bali. They were just like looked fake. That true lotus and the magic, something that can grow from the darkest, murkiest grounds under that water is incredible. 3, 2, 1. Slowly bringing that knee up and down. Shake it out. Hey, how does that feel? You often think that it's about the leg lifted, but that standing leg, that work into the glutes, that work into the hips. How did that feel for you? If it was hard, no worries, not quite done lots of our balances in a while. Just a nice one to kind of get in there. Inhale, we're just going to take ourselves into a lovely goddess. stance. So make sure we don't have a diamond. Got a really big stance, knees nice and wide, knees in line with those ankles. Good. Inhale, reaching up, bringing it down. Practice arms. Sinking. Inhale, reaching up. This is a really good little bit of work. Reach up just to reset from our kind of longer holding tree pose. Inhale, reaching up. Cactus. Our sunflowers and our moonflowers are reaching up and down. See if you can bring the opposite arm on top for that hug. Beautiful. Again, inhale, sinking down. Inhale, lift. A little hug. Inhale, lift. And cactus. Last one, breathing in and crossing it over. Inhale, lift. This time we're going to bring the hands behind the ears and the back of the head. Good. Breathing in. I'm going to sink down. Thinking a little bit here about getting into those hips again. A little bit of the core. We're going to bring the elbow towards that right hand side. Use your core to come back to center. Breathing in. Elbow down. Back to center. And lift. Squeezing those inner thighs. Breathing in. Let it out through the mouth. Oh, fab. Let's do it again. Inhale. And exhale, sink. One side. We use our core coming back. The other side. We use our core coming back. And squeeze and lift. Breathing in. And breathing out. Awesome. Our last one. When you're ready, inhale. And sink. I'm going to give you an option to do it twice and then lift, or come up when you want. Dip to the center and left to the center. Now come to straight legs or dip one more time. Back to center and dip, but back to center. Inhale, squeeze those legs, straightening up. We're going to bring the hands onto the hips and turn so that the toes face forward. Awesome. Take that beautiful forward fold. You know we're headed there. Inhale. Lean forward with the chest and let the chin draw down. Bring the hands down if you like. Just breathe. Inhale and slowly exhale. Breathing in and breathing out. Hands can be wherever you like. Just let the holy back, the neck, let everything feel like gravity's taking over. No straining. Where are you feeling that forward fold? 3, 2, and 1. Awesome. Let's walk those hands forward. Bring those feet in and come down onto the knees. Awesome. Swing the legs around. Meeting me back on your mat in a nice upright position. Fab. If you still have anything left in your drink, I'll give you a little cheers. I'm with you. Happy Sunday. And whatever day it is that you're doing the class. I know lots of people do it on catch up. Ah, fab. We're just gonna sit up nice and tall, take a few little twists, massage into those tighter bits in the face, and make our way down to a beautiful Shavasana. When you're ready, sitting tall on your mat. Inhale and exhale. I'm going to take that left hand to the right knee, lifting up tall. Breathing in and breathing out. Drop the shoulders down. Inhale. Twisting again to the other side, keeping that lovely lift, that beautiful posture. Coming back to that as we twist, breathing in and breathing out. Nice job today. One more on each side, twisting, inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Coming back to center and around, breathing in and out. And in and out. Breathing in. Oh, it's giving me a little yawn. And exhale. Just sitting nice and tall. Whatever way feels good. I invite you just to close the eyes here. Deep breath with me. See if you can just exhale either through the mouth or mouth closed. Then allow that beautiful soft breath to go back to its natural rhythm. Just trying to really slow back down. And keep the eyes heavy. I'm just going to take a few little movements. Been practicing with me for a while, you'll know where we're headed. Just invite you to maybe take that pointer finger and middle finger just in between the eyebrows here and give yourself that little bit of movement. Just tracing up and around the eyebrows to start. Nice one. Up into the forehead. Maybe finding those lovely movements up and down, those circles maybe into the temples. Deep breath. And out. Good. If you wanted to move into the hairline, you can. You can just push it up. Sometimes it feels nice using kind of the tops of the nails. Just getting a little bit of a release in the scalp. Good. If there's any other movement you want to do, make those little circles. You can absolutely do whatever feels right to you today. Take it as you need it. Let go any that tightness that you're holding. Breathing in and breathing out. Fabulous. From here, just sitting nice and upright. Inhale. And slowly exhale. Just see if you can separate the teeth. Maybe wiggle a little left and right in the jaw. Invite you to lay down. Find your most favorite position for Shavasana. Grab all your creature comforts. Anything you've got, your eye pillows, your blankets, turn the lights out, light the candles, whatever it is, make it cozy. Enjoy just being in your own space, on your own mat, in your own home. And just stop. You stop, I invite you to really soak up the quiet. Absolutely my favorite part of yoga is this lovely moment to honor all that we've done. The movement, the breath, the mindfulness, the quiet. Spending time with yourself. And just stop. Really want you to rest and reset. Softening in the forehead. Tracing down and releasing any last bit of tightness you can feel around the eyes. Softness in the jaw. Just let the mat catch you. Let it cradle you, soften you, support you. Just breathe and be. Today's piece I'm going to read for you is called A Warm Breeze. Hopefully something that we might start to feel a little more as we lean in to this new month. It says, happiness is not always a constant state of being. It's a warm breeze that blows over your life in soul-stroking waves, in between all the other emotions. Happiness is a weather front not a place. And it should come and go. Because your garden, whether you realize it or not, needs all the weathers to stay healthy. You don't become happy, my friends. You become content, peaceful, accepting, calm, which simply means when that warm breeze of happiness blows your way, let's all be ready to tilt our faces up and truly feel it. Let that warm breeze blow over your life in soul-stroking waves. As always, thank you deeply for meeting me on the mat today. I wish you a beautiful rest of your day, your week, and a really mindful, soulful, healthy month of March. Thanks for joining me. I'll be in touch. Again, a little reminder, next week we'll find a different time if that's okay, just so I could be part of that event. And yeah, we'll see you on the mat, but just slightly different timings next week. All the love. Yeah, I'll speak to you soon. Stay as long as you like in your Shavasana. And yeah, just thanks for being here.